So I feel like game award ceremonies have become a big topic of conversation in the last few months, namely because the Game Awards, while the effort on the part of Jeff Keighley, who's championed gaming for so long through his myriad endeavors, is appreciated, I think there's also plenty of room for improvement. The Game Awards for 2023 in particular, it was crazy to see how little time the award acceptance speeches got. They basically got 30 seconds before a prompter would tell them, please wrap it up. And it just felt kind of insulting when, celebrities came on stage and they got, a few minutes to crack jokes and whatever, and people like Hideo Kojima, while it's cool to see him on stage and announce stuff, he was on stage for like 6 minutes or something along those lines with like Jordan Peele. And it's not like those 6 minutes were used effectively. It's not like it was 6 minutes of new information. It was like a cool little teaser of OD, and then they kind of started just like complimenting each other, and it was like not valuable information. And the fact that that got more time than the Game of the Year award speech is, it felt like it was in bad taste, or at the very least inconsiderate, and something that needs to be worked on at next year's award. I mean, Sven Vink, the CEO of Larian Studios and the guy who, directed Baldur's Gate 3, he had to give his full speech like on Twitter, like put it out via text. He put out like a post saying, here's what I would have said if I had all the time in the world. And so stuff like that just rubbed people the wrong way. And now Game award ceremonies are being talked about again because of the 2023 Steam Awards, which is something that is selected by the community. The community votes on their favorite games, PC games on Steam, and those games are honored. There are nominees and a winner. And while this is a cool idea, it's very clear that more regulation needs to happen surrounding how nominations happen and how votes happen and who wins these awards, because some of the results are just completely bizarre and make absolutely no sense. And that's what a lot of people are talking about right now. Now, before we dive deeper into that, you know what does make a lot of sense? Spending less and saving more, which brings us to the sponsor of today's video, RocketMoney, which is an all-in-one finance platform and app. For someone like me who has a lot of subscriptions and bills to manage, this app came quite in handy. It made it easy to cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage money better, all in one convenient and accessible place. With how easy the app made it to look at and cancel my subscriptions, I always had an awareness of what companies were billing me, and I didn't have to bother with going through processes to cancel because the app took care of that for me. I also appreciate the emails I get that check in to let me know about recent transactions or let me know about bills and subscription fees that may have changed. RocketMoney can even step in to lower your bills. You can upload pictures of your bills and they'll just like take care of that for you if companies are overcharging you for, say, internet, cable, and phone. Furthermore, you have the ability to set budgets on RocketMoney as well as monitor your credit score. And for those conscientious about savings, there's this smart savings function that allows the app to automatically deposit savings into a smart savings account, and you can control the amount and frequency. And to top it all off, the app even gives you an idea of what your net worth is to keep track of your finances even better. There's a reason why 5 million people use this app. RocketMoney has helped save its customers an average of $720 a year with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. And you can get started for free yourself if you use my link, rocketmoney.com/yongya, and you can unlock even more features by going premium. Again, that's rocketmoney.com/yongya to start using this app for free and to support the channel. So back to the topic at hand. What is it about this particular Game Awards ceremony that has caused so much controversy and mockery? Well, let's start, for example, with the Game of the Year award. It, I think, rightfully went to Baldur's Gate 3, but you look at nominations here, and there is one thing amiss about the nominations. The fact that FC24 is here is kind of baffling, because if you check out the game on Steam, you can see it's got a mixed review score of 56% when you take into account all reviews, and recently 54%. It is in no way, shape, or form anywhere close to being a Game of the Year nominee, and yet somehow it made it to the nominations. Absolutely makes no sense. And some of these nominations and even winners, it almost feels like the community decided to troll the award, and the results make this whole situation in this award ceremony kind of look like a bit of a joke, especially when you look at this particular award and who won. Labor of Love Award. This game has been out for a while. The team is well past the debut of their creative baby, but being the good parents they are, these developers continue to nurture and support their creation. This game to this day is still getting new content after all these years. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, was Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a game that Rockstar has abandoned. Recall that on July 7th, 2022, Rockstar put out the following statement in which they very clearly implied that they were moving on from supporting Red Dead Online, from essentially updating it with major content additions, stating we have been steadily moving more development resources towards the next entry in the Grand Theft Auto series. Therefore, we are in the process of making some changes to how we support Red Dead Online, by which they basically meant not really supporting it at all, except for just bare bones stuff. You can see for yourself scrolling down that they stated, we plan to build upon existing modes and add new Telegram missions this year, rather than delivering major themed content updates like in previous years. Fans already knew what this meant. Basically, the death of Red Dead Online, which did not bring in as much revenue as Grand Theft Auto Online did, in large part because of the awful monetization and microtransactions in Red Dead Online, combined with the fact that content support was sparse. So people who are hoping that Rockstar could somehow bring this back, only to learn that they're abandoning this beloved game with a lot of potential, the fans decided to host a virtual funeral back in July of 2022, recognizing that this was basically the end. Red Dead Online 2019 to 2022. So how on God's green earth did Steam let Red Dead Redemption 2 get nominated as a game that is being supported to this day, getting new content after all these years? These developers continue to nurture and support their creation. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the complete opposite of that, and yet it not only got nominated, but it won over these other games that are actually being nurtured over the long term. Many of these are multiplayer games that still get content updates and that are supported far better than Red Dead Redemption ever did. Not only did the wrong game get the wrong kind of attention for the wrong reasons, it also means that a slot was taken up by a game that didn't deserve this particular award, and that means that another game that maybe fits this particular category was not highlighted. And an award ceremony like this is a great opportunity for a game to get some kind of spotlight. And for those that are deserving, that's a potential boost in sales and whatnot. For Red Dead to get this award is kind of a travesty. And how this ended up happening is likely that the community decided to troll the awards. This is all based on community votes, and a lot of people thought it'd be funny if Red Dead Redemption 2 would somehow end up being the winner of this award that it absolutely does not deserve, as a way to send a message making fun of the game for just how quickly it was abandoned. As amazing as that single-player campaign is, yeah, Red Dead Online was just, kind of a big waste of potential. And sure, some people may find this kind of hilarious, but if Steam wants the Steam Awards to have some semblance of legitimacy, they can't let something like this fly. They can't let something like this happen. On some level, Steam staff have to vet this stuff. Scrolling further down, here we have another category where the winner makes absolutely no sense. The winner for Most Innovative Gameplay Award was Starfield. It reads right here, the designers of this game are at the forefront or at the front lines of creative experimentation, bringing a fresh perspective and brain-breaking surprises. This game delighted, inspired, and entertained with newness never played before. I know Starfield has been divisive as a game. There are plenty of people who will stand by it and absolutely love the experience, and there are others like myself who just tapped out, and tried to look for the fun in the game, but felt like just Bethesda with just how much they, I think, screwed up exploration. It really just killed my motivations to keep playing this game for the long term. But regardless of where you sit in that fence, I think most people will agree that Starfield is absolutely not innovative gameplay. It's a Bethesda as Bethesda game, for better and for worse. It is a relatively familiar gameplay style and formula, albeit with flaws, but it is very easily recognizable as a Bethesda game that does nothing transcendentally new. And in fact, a big criticism of the game is that while it does aim for ambitious heights, there is a lack of innovation when it comes to how Bethesda approached the game design. The technology feels dated, and in many ways, Starfield, especially when compared to more modern and renowned RPGs, feels like it's stuck in the past. It's sort of the opposite of innovation. There's some cool elements in there for sure. The shipbuilding is awesome, and there's a cool idea behind the whole campaign loop of it being sort of a multiverse element that you go through with each new playthrough. But none of that is enough to make this winner of the most innovative game of 2023. There are plenty of other nominees that deserve this kind of spotlight, and yet because of a lack of any semblance of vetting, a game that I would say did not deserve to get nominated for this category and won this category got the spotlight instead. And it seemed as though Starfield social media isn't recognizing that this was most likely a troll job, and so they kind of ran with this and tweeted how thrilled they are that Starfield has won most innovative gameplay in the Steam Awards. But again, even people who really enjoyed and loved this game will tell you, okay, like Starfield, I don't think you deserve this award. And in the comments section, plenty of people recognize that, yeah, this award ceremony is just kind of a joke. And then one last category worth highlighting is Outstanding Story-Rich Game Award. Now, in this case, the winner was a game that you could see nominated and winning such an award, Baldur's Gate 3, hell yes. But people noticed that one of the nominees was frickin' Love Is All Around, which, if you go to its Steam page, it is this dating sim visual novel type of situation. The game looks something like this. Though, I don't know, I've seen some reviews where people are like, I actually try to play this game and take it seriously, and apparently, like, they recommend it because it is serious from time to time, and it has a story that is engaging enough, I guess, where, I mean, there are a bunch of reviews for this game, and it's got a very positive review score, so, I don't know, maybe in this case, the Steam community genuinely felt like this was something worth getting nominated, though others might argue that there are plenty of better nominees out there. I don't know, I've not played this game myself, but it's one of those, like, kind of bizarre seeming situations. Even if this particular category is somehow justified in nominating this particular game, which I've not played and can't speak to, there's no denying that Starfield winning Most Innovative Gameplay Award and Red Dead Redemption 2 winning Labor of Love Award, like, that's just absolute nonsense. And when the community voted in such a manner, they likely knew but thought it'd be kind of fun to highlight these games in this light. So, yeah, a lot of people on the internet have been kind of talking about this and just kind of questioning the Steam Awards and, you know, its ability to genuinely gauge the best games. When you make an award ceremony strictly community driven, stuff like this can happen, and I don't know what the solution would be in terms of vetting, because it would seem as though Steam wants to keep this community driven, but I feel like on some level they have to vet this stuff, but vetting too much might be considered interference with community votes. I don't know. All I know is it's very clear that Red Dead Redemption 2 did not deserve this award, and Starfield, it's very hard to argue, at least, that it was the most innovative gameplay that we saw on PC in 2023. I feel like regardless of what your fondness for these games are, I feel like at the very least we can agree on that front. But that's just one man's take. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on the Steam Awards and what you think the solution should be to prevent stuff like that from happening. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.